Imagine you're suddenly transported to a magical library, a place that records everything that ever happened or will happen to you and everyone you know. The stories of your past lives have been meticulously written by magical beings that are allowed to see beyond time and space. As you look around this vast room, you notice a large tomb that glistens and shimmers even in the dim lighting. Without knowing how, you instinctively grab the book knowing it holds the secret of what makes you so special. In this tarot reading, we're going to take a deep dive into your archaic records to see what secrets the universe has been hiding from you. And if right here you could put make a wish and then do the fairy thing. My name is Magical Butterfly Spirit. I'll be your tarot reader today. Before you, I have 3 pick cards for you to select to help you decide which reading is for you. The first card we have is Time Out. Take a moment, pause the video if you have to. Look at the images, look at the words, see what resonates with you to decide if this is your reading. Second pile, we have Air. Again, look at the images, look at the words, pause the video if you have to help you decide if this is your reading. Any little tingle, any little, oh, that's nice, will help guide you to know you have a psychic connection to this pile. And then finally, we have pile number 3, Farewell to the Moon. Again, look at the images, look at the words, pause the video if you have to. Any little tingling or anything that stands out to you will help you decide if this is your pile. You are welcome to watch all 3 piles, or you could just go ahead and watch the pile that most resonates with you. I'm going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1, Time Out. As always, we're going to start with your Guardian card, which I have already pulled from the deck. I'm going to also lay out your cards as well, and we'll go through it together, okay? Did not pull out the Guardian card ahead of time. I did not pull a Guardian card ahead of time. I'm going to do that now. Pile number 1, we have Katish, Sacred Lust. I'm going to go ahead and read this message for you because I feel there is definitely a guiding message here for you, pile number 1. Also, they want me to show you the number 26. And you might resonate with 2 divine masculines in your past life or your current life, as well as the Lion. Strong Leo energy, strong Scorpio energy, strong Sagittarius energy, and strong Capricorn energy as well. But does not have to be your signs. It could just be the energy that you're currently in. Katesh, the goddess of sacred love. Katesh, the mistress of the gods, is the Egyptian goddess of sacred sexuality, ecstasy, and fertility. Her 2 men, yes, are the fertility gods Min and Manu, the gods of war. Oracle guidance, you are an erotic creature. You have a divine right to experience sexual ecstasy. It is sacred to give and receive pleasure. Embodiment, you deserve to feel good. It feels good to feel good. So allow yourself to feel good. Lean into your sacred lust. Turn up your own fire and quench your thirst. Dance with pleasure. You daring to embrace your sexuality will set the world on fire. Goddess decoration. It feels good to feel good. As I'm reading this, I'm thinking to myself, I hope YouTube doesn't find this video because I was reading from a book. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get started with your reading. I'm going to turn this card away because there's a lot of naughty bits on there, and to help my editor, Amir, from constantly having to blur that out, I'm just going to turn it facing the opposite direction. Okay, just need one moment to channel a message for you, pal number 1. First off, you were definitely a mermaid-like creature who was shamed for their sexuality. I feel like you were banished. This is given, kind of reminds me of the Little Mermaid story, but from, what's her face, Ursula point of view, the sea witch. That sea witched a little too hard and she got banished. A lot of Neptune energy. Pisces, you are way too honest. That's where the Sagittarius energy is coming in. You were way too honest. You said things that you weren't supposed to say, and they banished you. We have the 6 of Swords twice. You were definitely banished for the words, excuse me, the words and the predictions that you were given. The reason why this is a secret from your Akashic Records is because they're worried that if you knew this information, it would taint the way you see yourself. Why is that, Spirit? Why would they? Something about the unseen. You saw something, or I feel like you had to do things you weren't proud of to survive while you were cast away, and that's what they're keeping secret from you. Meaning, if you were to go into a trance or a meditation and go into your Akashic Records, this is something you might not be able to easily discern. And this storyline is going to be different for everybody, right? This is a main storyline. Not everybody was this mermaid creature, but the underlying theme is that you were an oracle of some sort to a high-ranking person, and because of that, and because you spoke your truth, and you weren't afraid to speak your truth, you got cast away, and in that abandonment, in that solitude, you did things you weren't proud of. To even now, you would, if imagine watching a movie of your life, you would be shocked and appalled by the things you had to do. This afternoon, I watched The Hobbit, and I can't remember the preacher, but he was like, "My precious," the one with the ring, and he had 2 personalities. I don't know, my mind's going blank. I don't know why I can't remember him, but he had the sweetheart, almost baby-like character, and he also, in the blink of an eye, was like a monster who would eat you alive, just alive. Would bash your head in for his ring. You went through some stuff. I'm hearing cannibalism, so that's fun. And other things that you had to do to survive in this past life. You are very powerful, Pawan. I am actively building a community here on YouTube, and on the off chance that you're watching this on Rumble or any other streaming service, I'm actively building a tarot community, and I'm noticing I'm slowly gathering empaths and oracles and those who are just tapped into psychic abilities, because you guys keep showing up in my readings. So first off, thank you for coming. It's an honor, especially if you're a tarot reader, like for a tarot reader to watch your own another tarot reader reading is like confirmation I must be doing something right. So thank you for being here, first off. And two, I'm definitely sensing that you have underlying psychic abilities, but I really do feel like you're not tapped in as well as you could be. And it has to do with all this that happened in your past life. I'm looking at this card, and it's like different mazes and secrets and things that, secret rooms and very political. I think Game of Thrones, where people are whispering corridors and no one could be trusted. This is the type of environment that you were in. And your skill set as a psychic allow you to eavesdrop, hear, feel, emute, project other people's thoughts and feelings, which is why you are such an asset. What? An asset to the court or politician or high ranking. Again, it's going to be slightly different for everybody, but again, overall, you are connected to somebody high ranking. A trap for you to get kicked out. They made you think it was because of the things you said and predicted. They even made it seem like what you predicted was wrong, which it wasn't. They just, did a switcheroo so people would think it didn't happen. They disparaged on your character, and that's why you were sent away. Oof. Hate to hear about the karma of that person. Because they really set a series of events, not in this lifetime that we're tapping into right now, but in other lifetimes that were as well, which made you doubt your power. In the last reading I did, which was the alien psychic reading, I talked about the golden stool, which is from the Asante tribe in Africa. And you cannot be a leader without the golden stool. Because of all the situation that happens, it's as if you're unable to recognize that you have the golden stool. Like it's there, it's always been there, it never went away, even in isolation. But because you doubted your talents, it made it hard for you to believe who you are, what you can do, and to tap into your higher self and higher being. And that's part of the reason why you always seek outward for confirmation, guidance, tarot readings like this, because you're always thinking it's outward, not inward. Oh, Magical Butterfly Spirit is a talented tarot reader. She's lucky. Versus, I can learn that myself. I have the skills myself to learn how to read tarot and to tap into my psychic skills. It might be different from Magical Butterfly Spirit, but that does not mean that it's lesser than. And you've been like, it's like a bell. Even me telling you this, I feel for some of you, you're like, yeah. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Find something that in the divination world community that you'll be interested in. It might not be tarot. It could be like I use story dice. It could be story dice. It could be charms. I don't have any near me, but it could be a board, a divination board where you have the pendulum, like yes, no. It could be a yes or no coin where you just flip a coin. Just something that allow you to begin the process of tapping into this world that you're so interested in. Because I feel like if you start doing it on your own, you'll begin to realize that the power was always within you. I know how corny that sounds. But the power really is indeed in you, Power One. Alright? Alright, we're going to move on to... What are we going to move on to? Tarot. If you want me to do more tarot. Not a problem, Chief. as I gather these cards, please consider joining me on Patreon, patreon.com/magicalbutterflyspirit. Also, if you're not interested in joining a monthly subscription, I understand. I have a tip jar, which is basically Cash App or PayPal. And if you're able to donate, the link is in the description. And if you could do that, that would be awesome. And if you don't have any money and you're like, Joy, I don't have any money, but I want to support you, how else can I support you? Subscribe, like, share. Those mean a lot of things, as well as watching this video to the end, because YouTube gather all the information that says to themselves, oh, this video is worthwhile, that maybe other people will like it too. And they gain that information based on how long people watch a video and how often people engaged in that video. All right, moving on to your tarot. I don't usually that was very ginger. Delicate. I don't usually do that. I wonder if you're like very careful, meticulous person. Like even just now, I had to brush aside the little bit of ash that I saw that fell from the incense, and I've been wanting to like keep cleaning off the incense that's falling while I'm doing your reading. So I'm getting a Taurus and Virgo energy of homekeeping, housekeeping, making sure things are things are put in their place. Mom vibes. Do you do the dishes? Things like that. All right. Oh, that fell out. 10 of Pentacles. We're talking about home life, and we got the 10 of Pentacles. The Sun. Page of Wands. If somebody's watching and they're like, how can I start learning about psychic abilities? Read a book. Read a book. Read a book. Get into YouTube. Follow people online that are trustworthy. Be careful of online gurus that sells you a bill of goods. I mean, we're all out here as content creators trying to make a living. That being said, there are there's people out there who try to take advantage of people who want to learn. So just be careful as you venture into the internet wild west, alright? We have the 6 of Wands, the Star, the Sun in the reverse, the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Wands in the reverse, and the 10 of Pentacles, neutral, it's like it's holding the energy and everything else here. This is your future. They're saying if the work that you're doing in this lifetime is generating a future timeline, like when you pass and you move on to your next cycle of life, where you're going to be a success story. How you're going to be a success story is going to be different from everybody. But it's basically going to be things that you enjoy, things that was taken away from you, things that you like, I'm going to be an actress. And your mom was like, no, be a doctor. In the next lifetime, you may very well be an actress. Oh my God! Wow! We have the Page of Wands. Again, information is key for you if you're looking into how to tap into your oracle skills, because it's there. Once you have a skill from your past life, it doesn't go away. We forget we have them, but they don't go away. So now that you're aware that you are oracle, or I just heard someone say Miss Cleo, but if you were like something like that in a past life, you still have those skills in this lifetime. All right, Pile One. All right, we're going to move on to your story dice. All right, clear this off. Story dies, story dies. What? Story dies, story dies. What? I started saying story dies about three videos ago, and it's like an earworm, and it's like every time I pick up the story dies, I need to say it. I cannot avoid it. I didn't want to join the party. Whatever that story dice was that fell. Alright. Clear this off for you so you can see better. Alright, what we have for you, pile number 1. Let's start off with this guy right here. An eraser in history, eraser in time, space. You're starting a new timeline. You're starting a new timeline, which was what I mentioned in the tarot. You're reassessing the things that have been frustrating for you, things that you wish you could have done, wish you had access to. Skill sets that you wish you developed. Again, giving the example of, I wish I was an actress, and you never actually went to acting school like you wanted to. Expect somebody to suddenly stop by. I got the ball. Whenever I see this ball, I think of someone trying to shoot their shot. And then we have someone ringing the doorbell. I don't think you're going to want this person, though, because look at you kicking them out. So that's more of a warning that somebody is trying to enter your energetic space that you don't want in your life. They want me to tell you 2 things. 1, watch the psychic reading I just did, the alien psychic reading. I'll link that in the description. And 2, again, this looks like the drama face, the happy face, and the sad face in the drama. You know what I'm talking about, right? I hope so. Just go with it if you don't. And so there's definitely somebody here who's interested in acting that you might want to look into that, because even though, let's say you're 60 years old, it's never too late to become an actor or actress. All right. And finally, we have initials D, N, and O. We have divine energy, the divine masculine and the feminine. And we also have the moon showing as well, which is, again, going back to your psychic abilities. All right, pile number 1, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this reading. Now we're going to move on to pile number 2. All right, pile number 2. This is your reading. Let me go ahead and lay these cards out for you. They're a mixture of oracle and tarot cards. Alright, your guiding energy in this reading is Mon Lisa, Cosmic Power. I'm so happy I said that correctly. It was so close. I was going to mess up pile 2, but I did it. Your girl did it. I'm going to go ahead and read from Mon Lisa. They want me to point out the number 2, the sun and the moon, duality, strong twin flame energy going on here, divine partnership energy going on here. I would not be surprised if this is like a love loss reading at some point. Let's see. Getting ahead of myself. How to? Alright. Mon Lisa, goddess of cosmic power. Mon Lisa is the force of Mother Father Goddess. Ma Wu is the moon, divine feminine. Lisa is the sun, the divine masculine. They came together during a fawn eclipse to create cosmic power. Mon Lisa guidance. You are in the right place. Release the fear of your power. You are sacred. You are magic. Now that you know that, you can no longer pretend not to. The embodiment. Rise up to your magnificence. Love and accept yourself fully to unlock everything you seek. Stop pretending to be less than you are. And the goddess declaration. My power shines forth from within. Alright, so give me a moment to tap into your energy, pile 2. we're talking about duality and like love loss. I'm looking at this card for the first, like really looking at this card for the first time. And we have a couple. Pile number 2, that was your card selection for this reading. And right there, along with the guidance, this is definitely some kind of love relationship gone asunder. Even here, we have the wave, which has a face, and then you have the woman staring at it. It's possible in this past life that it was a same-sex relationship. And again, we have the 2 towers, 2 people. You guys were so close that it's in this reading, I'm picking up the other person energy from this past life. It's like I have to acknowledge that person as well. I'm hearing like you were a lord or a lady or some kind of, not necessarily royalty, but like lady of the manor. This is more feminine energy. It feels more like lady of the manor or queen of the north, where basically you were in charge of a section, but it feels more home life. And what I'm going to tell you is what I told Pile 1, is remember that this is going to resonate different for you. So even though I might tell you, oh, you were a lord or a lady in a past life, that might not necessarily be true for you, but it's just general energy of you were in charge of a group of people that I'm picking up. And for this reading, it just so happens that that's the strongest storyline that I'm getting. Okay? Just so you know. All right, continuing on. I'm also getting ocean, like you guys lived. See, you guys, like you two, like there's no way I could separate it. You guys live near the ocean or a lake. A lot of water here. Got water here. Got water here. Water here. And water here. And then even though this is air, it looks like water to me as well as here. This was a forbidden romance. Maybe in the lifetime that I'm picking up, same-sex relationships was taboo. Or it was with somebody that you should not have been with. Let's say, for example, you were the lady of the manor, but could you really be with the person in charge of the stable hand? You know, like it's a different station. You were a higher station than this person, and or it was a same-sex relationship that was taboo, or different species. Because I'm looking at this mermaid, so maybe they were a mermaid and you were not, or vice versa. But it doesn't feel like you have the mermaid energy. It feels like they do. It feels like more like they have the oceanic connection, and you live near the ocean. That's possible how you guys got connected to begin with. Maybe you came across them on a walk, and they swam up to the shore, and you guys fell in love. But that love was not meant to be. It was destroyed by an elder. Again, this plays out differently for everybody, but someone older or more in charge destroyed this. It could have been a parent. It could have been someone in a government position. Again, remember I said this was something that was taboo. It could have been someone who was jealous, like an older lover a husband, a wife, somebody that did not want to see you guys together, but it was someone definitely older or in charge of a certain situation where they had power enough to break this apart. Why this is a secret from your Akashic Records is because you still have this lingering sense that you were supposed to be with someone, and they want you to move on from this relationship. Because I just heard that this was taboo in the spiritual world as well. This was not somebody that you were supposed to stay with. This was somebody you're supposed to learn from. But you guys refused to be apart. So you guys are living, yes, they said I could say this. They said that you guys are living like in the same state or the same city, are going to the same school, know the same people, but they're trying to hide the connection of this person from you. So you heard of soulmates when they see each other and the eyes connect and they just move. You know, that there are sparkles in their eyes and all that stuff. You're not getting the sparkles. You're attracted to this person, but you don't know why, and it feels more like a frenemy or a animosity type energy, and that was intentional in this lifetime because they tried in so many different ways to break you guys apart. So not only was this something that was taboo or not able to be allowed in whatever planet or plane this happened, but your spiritual guides and their spiritual guides did not want this happening as well. And you guys are both, you could say Romeo and Juliet, but think about Romeo and Juliet. Like if they didn't kill each other at the end of that play, what are the chances that they would have lived happily ever after? They were like 13 and 15, and it was very rushed, spontaneous, and romantic because of the situation that was going on between the Capulet and the Montague and the infighting, the family war that was going on, and that kind of spurred the romance. And if you take all that away and you took the forbiddenness away, how long will that attraction last? Because Romeo, he was into Rosalind like 5 seconds before he saw Juliet. It was the forbiddenness of it that brought them together and solidified that relationship. And that's the energy I got for you, Pal 2. And that's why it's a secret. They don't want you to know because they're worried that you're going to find this person. But they said, if I'm allowed to tell you, that means that either they're not concerned anymore, or it's not going to happen in this lifetime, or whatever trick they did worked. They don't let me say trick. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Alright, moving on to your tarot. Number 2. I'll get that together. If you're interested in supporting me, I'm going to tell you different ways that you can. First off, there is the good old-fashioned subscribe button. You can subscribe for free. You can like this video for free. You can watch this entire video for free. All of those help support this channel. There's also monetary, where you could give me a tip in my tip jar, Cash App, or PayPal. That link is in the description. And if you'd like to become a member, patreon.com/magicalbutterflyspirit, where you could join the Tarot Scholar Club and get early access to readings like this. Alright, let's get started with your tarot reading, pile number 2. We have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords, before I pull another, I want to tell you this, that this Ace of Swords is one of those cards that could very well mean manipulation. And the reason why is because sword is a mental card. So with this picture, with the staircase going inward like that, it's feeling strong manipulation. And we even have the raven right here. And the thing is, this is current energy. Something to do with work. Oh. Ace of Swords, Judgment, Queen of Pentacles. Definitely work related. Power 2. Somebody is manipulating you to stay at a job you don't like. This is not for everybody. This feels like it's for a particular person. It's a job you don't like. You don't want to be there. You want to go back to school. You want to do something else. And they're telling you, no, stay. Because they know where the money is. And it's beneficial to them for you to stay. Alright, I'm gonna do a general reading for the rest of the call too, but that was just for one person that came through. Alright, we have the Emperor. 7 of Wands. And that's it. Only 2 cards. This is work related as well, but this feels more like you're in control of your destiny. Somebody had a reading or a epiphany or epiphany. That's a word, just to say it correctly. A moment or a vision or a dream or something, and it caused them to shift their goals and their responsibility. And this is just letting you know that it worked. Like whatever it was, that aha moment, it was the right aha moment. You did follow through with your intuition and you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Again, going back to my pickup card reading for alien psychic superpowers. In one of those readings, I talked about one of your psychic powers is divine timing, and it feels like you follow your divine timing and you are in the exact place you're supposed to be when it comes to your job or education. Sorry guys. Ooh. Not this time. This is a charger. When that shows up is usually because someone is not charged, like spiritually charged, or someone is stealing your energy. They said bingo. Someone is stealing your energy, and either you are Aquarius or they are Aquarius. That's what this is in regards to. Alright, for everybody else, we have the key after, what is this? Might have to go look at this guide. This is from the Doctor Who story dies, and there's a lot of these I'm not familiar with. I just got this like a week ago, maybe. It's a spaceship? That looks like a spaceship. Okay, so, alright. We'll take your word for it. Alright, so, because it looks more like lettuce or something. Or an alien going, Alright, so it's a spaceship. Giggles. That's giving me alien vibes. You're a starseed. That's what they wanted me to let you know, that you're a starseed. What's it? Begins with a P. Palladium. My apologies, I'm getting it wrong. It's the popular starseed that begins with a P. That's where your origin from. That's where the story that I just talked about during your reading took place. We have the crab. They wanted me to mention the crab. There was definitely an ocean-like creature or ocean-like energy going on in that relationship. Alright, we have the initials STHITDG. I already see this spelling right here, which I won't say out loud because of YouTube. But I also have get, girl, God, gift, hub, stat, get out, figure it out, monostat. I just heard monostat and I've seen this person shopping, so somebody might have to pick up some. Yeah, because then now we have the crabs right here. Yeah, somebody might have to go get tested. There's a story that there's something, even though you're in a place of contentment with your job or schooling, they want you to expand out. They want you to go beyond. They're telling me this is the key of knowledge. They want you to repair something based on the key of knowledge. Like there's something you can learn to help repair something that happened in your family or close friend situation. There's somebody in your life, because I'm looking at this, that had a hard time. This is a guillotine. That they're saying that if you learn about their situation, it'll make you more empathic, and then you'll be able to be strong enough to assist them in their life. Because you miss that person and that person misses you, and you've been staying away because you feel like you don't know how to support them. But if that's the case, if you worry about how you can support them, learn how to support them. And it will become easier for you because then you will have the tools that you need to stay grounded while you help them out in their situations. All right, Pal, thank you so much. I hope you continue watching for Pal 3. But if you are leaving us here, thank you so much for being here. I hope this resonated with you. If so, leave a comment. And until next time, bye-bye. All right, Pal 3, this is your reading. Give me a moment to get your spread together. You know that song by Prince, The Most Beautiful Girl in the World? Were you the most beautiful person on your past life? Because she's gorgeous. Alright, guiding over this reading, and you over this reading is Yasiji Live Out Loud. My apologies if I said it incorrectly, and there's a very good chance I said it incorrectly. They also wanted to point out the number 31 and the number 13. 13 is a number that I resonate with a lot. I know a lot of people consider 13 as like the bad number, the Friday the 13th number, but that is incorrect actually. That is not, it's a shame because 13 is a highly powerful number that got a bad rap. So if you want to take a moment to look into the number 13, I may or may not add it to this video. I don't know. Depends. But either way, I want you guys to look into the number 13 because I feel like the number 13 resonates with you. And I'm more than likely to put it in my community post if I don't put it in this video. So just check out my community post on YouTube. Alright, number 31. Yasiji, goddess of living out loud, Lugan Maui. Temple griots. Griots are those who speak history. Because there was a time when you did not write history, you spoke the stories. And you told the story, you were a storyteller for your village. So I'm picking up that energy for you. Yasiji had the reputation of being a free-spirited party. Let me hold it this way so I can read it. Yasigi had the reputation of being a free-spirited party goddess for the Dogon people of Maui. She was the very first Yasigi. The Yasigis are women empowered to participate in the mass dance. Express yourself. You have something to say. Share your voice and magic. Express your you-ness. That was your guidance from your Sigi. And the embodiment. Living out loud and self-expression looks different from everyone. For outgoing introverts, self-expression may mean dancing on tables, screaming your points of view. Introverts may speak out in other ways and save the latter parts for the personalities for loved ones. Goddess decorations. I am free to express myself fully. And when I'm picking up pile 3 is shaking the table. Shaking the table, sorry. What I'm picking up is that in your past life you were the Snow White of the village, or the Sleeping Beauty, or whatever fairy tale you want to add to, where you were the most beautiful. And the ego that you had was comparable to your beauty. It was very high. It was very up there. And something happened that maybe someone cut up your face, acid thrown on your face, a disfiguration, something where you were no longer the most beautiful person in your tribe, village, state, city, however it plays out. Remember, I mentioned this in part 1 and part 2. The storyline that I'm telling you is not the exact for every single person because everybody's going to be different, but the elements are there. You being the most beautiful person is consistent. You having disfigurement or something marring your beauty is consistent. You having an ego is consistent. It may not have been in a village. It may have been in a city. Those are the things that are going to play out differently for everybody, okay? So if we're on the same page, I'm going to continue. All right, so you have some kind of disfigurement that happened that caused you to hide and run away, which is why we have the 3 of Wands. And you decided that you weren't going to show yourself anymore, and it really affected your ego to the point where you develop empathy for others. In that self-isolation, this is something that you put on yourself. You began to see how you treated other people and how your beauty was only skin deep, and how ugly your soul really was. And it gave birth to this new version of yourself that has been coming out in the last few lifetimes, where you are a very strong, empathic person, both psychically and emotionally. You are the type of person, Pile 3, that people look forward to talking to because you make them feel good. Just sitting next to you makes them feel good. You walking into a room makes them feel good because your energy that you come with, that exudes from you, is the sense of security and love. It emanates from you, and that acceptance, that unjudgmental acceptance that you constantly project onto others, it transmutes in ways that you'll never understand the ripple effect of how it affects the people around you, because it even affects people that you walk by in the streets. Somebody's having a bad day, they walk past you, they see you, and they suddenly feel like smiling. That's your kind of energy, Pile 3, and it's because of this past life that you went through. And why it's a secret from your Akashic Records is because in your current life, you've downplayed your assets, your beauty assets, and over amplified the negative, meaning maybe your beauty is your hair, so you're constantly cutting your hair. Maybe there's beauty in your body, so you're constantly eating to hide your body. Maybe beauty is in the way you smile, so you walk around not smiling. And you're constantly hiding that beauty because there's a lingering remnant of this past life that's making you, I was going to say super conscious, but it's more like shameful is the better word. making you feel shameful of your beauty on a deep scar way. Like, this is something that even if you tapped in, you're not going to find it. Like, you have to dig deep with a shovel to get to this. Like, there's no amount of therapy sessions that will find this. Because this is, first off, it's from your past life, and two, it's not something, ooh, I got a notification. And two, is something that you wouldn't, even if you discovered it, it's not something you want to publicly acknowledge. You don't want to admit, like, oh, okay, so that's why I'm constantly cutting my hair, you know, because there's a level of, okay, so if I'm doing that, then maybe I am vain, and I tell myself I'm not. So you might be the type of person who's like, oh, I don't wear makeup. I don't need to wear makeup. I don't want to spend 2 hours in the mirror. But secretly, you love to wear makeup. Uh-oh. Did not mean to put that candle out, but okay. So you're in this sense of a duality of all the things you want as far as outwardly, the beautiful wardrobe, shoes like in Sex and the City, purses, all the vain stuff, right? Hair down to your knees, BBLs, whatever, however it plays out in your life. You kind of scorn it, but at the same time you admire it, and you're scared of it, and it's because of this past life. But it's really nothing to be scared of, because you learn your lesson and you learn it well. I'm actually seeing somebody throwing acid. Like someone taking this and throwing it at somebody's face, and then somebody like, no! And start melting, like in The Wizard of Oz. The Witch and the Wizard of Oz. Like, they really disfigured you for one person. And then I'm seeing these knives for somebody else, and like they cut up the person's face. I'm also seeing some SA that happened, and that's how you were disfigured. All these scenarios are not good. Not one scenario was good. You know, it was rough. You went through it. And I don't mean like a little nick. I'm talking about like really tore up from the floor up. Like they really did damage. Out of jealousy, out of hate, out of spite, out of lust. But you came through it. And you came through it in that lifetime. And that's amazing. A lot of people get stuck in the karma of their life within their lifetime, and it plays out in another lifetime. But you were able to clear that karma, that egotistical karma. You were able to clear it within that lifetime. It didn't carry over into your other lifetime. But you're also on the extreme end where you're kind of hesitant about being the most beautiful version of yourself. Which is why we have the live out loud guidance for you. They want me to read that again. Say it louder for the people in the back. Alright, embodiment. The way you express yourself won't make everyone happy. That's okay. You are not meant to. Living out loud and self-expression looks different from everyone. For outgoing extroverts, self-expression may mean dancing on tables, screaming your point of view. Introverts may speak out in other ways and save a lot of parts of their personality for loved ones. Declaration: I am free to express myself fully. If you're into cottagecore, wear the cottagecore clothes. If you're into emo, wear those emo clothes. It doesn't matter how old you are, what your race is, what you look like, how big you are, how small you are. If that's who you want to be, that's how you want to present yourself, then do so, because you're being guided to live your life. Everything else will fall into place. I'm being guided again to my this is not me self-promoting. It feels like those who watch the Pick-a-Pow psychic alien reading that I did are also hearing this reading, because I'm picking up that energy. So that's why I keep going back to it. I went back to it in POW 1, pile 2, and now again in pile 3. You're being guided to remember who you are, pile 3. And if you have not watched pile 3 of that reading, they're telling you to go do so. Beautiful energy, pile 3. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, and I'm to your tarot. But I'm really impressed, pile 3. Like, I don't think you understand. The fact that you cleared that energy, that negative karmic energy, which should have carried over in several lifetimes. The fact that you cleared it, that you redeemed yourself in that lifetime, it's amazing. It's truly amazing. Like, I'm hearing applause. Like your spiritual collective is going, good job, pile 3. You really did the thing. You went from somebody who is very egotistical and very, I'm the best, no one can touch me, that kind of energy, into helping others who are less fortunate than you and see beyond what they look like, and being a giver, not just a receiver. It's beautiful. And the fact that you still carry that over now, again, it's a beautiful thing. But they want me to tell you, you're being a little too careful. Have fun. Enjoy this life. Be you. Screw everybody else. Okay, so you have 50 pounds to lose? Yeah. Doesn't mean you can't wear what you want to wear now. Okay, so you have a flat booty? Alright. You don't need to have a BBL. Go out and wear those booty shorts. Be you, pal. You want to wear that dress, and society is telling you not to wear that dress? Wear that dress. Four of Swords. A lot of sleepless nights, pal 3. Let's take a moment for the insomnia. Team insomnia, yeah. I'm there with y'all. Alright, Knight of Wands in the reverse. You're worried about some news that you're like, will it happen? Will it happen? Will it happen? It's not going to happen as long as you keep worried about it. These swords will never drop. These swords that are hanging over this person's head, they will never fall on top of her. You will not, the worst case scenario that you're thinking about will never happen. The swords will stay in place. Unfortunately, they're hanging in there for a while. But, yeah, 5 o'clock. They're hanging in there for a while, but they'll never fall. You're definitely going through it, pile 3, some of you. Some of you had to walk away. This light is casting a rainbow right here. I don't know if the camera is catching it. But this person is looking this way. They can't see the rainbow. Ooh, rainbow. Sorry, I have pop culture references in my head all the time. Double rainbow. That's an old one though. Queen of Swords in a reverse. Ooh, somebody don't like you. What is this? This is an elder. An elder does not like you in the spiritual energy. If you're a tarot reader, there is an elder. That's the op. Someone that see what you're doing and they don't like it because they're a fraud and you're not. Psychic reader, tarot reader, witch, medicine woman. You got the skills, you got the gifts. And you're guided by your spirit. This line represents your divine guidance. And that's you. And you're being guided by spirit. I don't know who they're guided by. It ain't spirit. Not somebody I want to tussle with, that's for sure. But Mm. Six of Cups. This is somebody from the past life. We got the Six of Cups in reverse. This is like karmic. In all sense of the word. Somebody from your past life that keeps showing up again and again and again and again, causing havoc and mayhem in your life. But it feels like in this lifetime you're finally figuring out how to handle them. It took like only 20,000 lifetimes. That's all. But but you're here now. And you're finally figuring out how to deal with them. And that's why they're in the reverse. Because you're frustrating them. You're being cool as a cucumber. You're not even paying attention to them. You're looking forward. And they're looking at you. Hanging upside down. Acting like a fool. They're pointing. I keep looking at this bird for some reason. I feel like they're being misdirected. Spiritually. Or maybe they think they're of light and they're really of darkness. But yeah, they think they're following the light, but they're really following a dark entity. And that's all I'm going to say because I don't want to get deeper into that. Two of Pentacles underneath the Four of Swords. The choice you made in a series of other choices and more choices are leading you down a path of forgiveness. You're in a karmic cycle right now for some of you. For those of you who are having sleepless nights. And until you get out of doing the same thing over and over again, you're going to keep falling into the situation. Like, it's a hard lesson that they're trying to get you out of. Like, they still don't get it. They're still doing it. Like, you know, it's like that. Like they're trying so hard to get you out of the situation, but you keep doing something again and again and again that leads you back into this Five of Cups energy. So you're waiting for this good manifestation to come through. And it's right there. Look, you see how the horse is running to them? It's right there, but because of something you're doing, maybe something you said to somebody, maybe it's because you're not forgiving yourself. I mean, it's going to be different for everybody, but until you learn this lesson, you're gonna stay going right into Five of Cups. But because you are spiritually protected and guided, these swords will never drop. They're just stressful. They're very stressful. It's frustrating. I have the Five of Pentacles in the bottom of the deck. And I have the Everything is Fine, which is also the Ten of Swords. So it's like a very stressful situation. But look at that. We have the Hierophant and the Devil. You're not listening to something they're trying to tell you, and you keep doing it. And until you break that bond, you'll never hit the Six of Pentacles. There's some clarity that's going to happen in your sleep to help you figure out what this Four of Swords that's keeping you up at night. The real reason that's keeping you up at night, not the human reason, but the spiritual reason. All right, we're gonna move on to your story dice pile number 3. Pile number 3. As you get your story dice together, I want you to know that your support is highly important to me. You can support me by watching this video from the beginning to the end. You can support me by liking this video. You can support me by subscribing. You can also support me by making a monetary donation. The links are in the description. Or by joining me on Patreon in my community at patreon.com/magicalbutterflyspirit. Alright. Oh. That didn't want to play. Alright, so story guys. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Got a lot to say, Pile 3. Pile 3, start wearing crystals if you're not already doing so. Crystal bracelet, crystal pendants, crystal whatever. What did I say that I'm trying to get out loud? Remember we were talking about live out loud? Look at that. Look at Spirit giving us affirmations. Live out loud. This is definitely the right message for you, Pile 3. Right, we have the number 5. Remember, you're stuck in that 5 of Cups energy and the 5 of Pentacles energy. If you're thinking about going on a trip, go on that trip. Even if you're having financial issues, go on that trip. It's gonna end. What is this? What was that? Oh, suits. I'm sorry. That's the ADHD. I get easily distracted sometimes. Okay. So, yeah, go on that trip. It's definitely something that you should pursue. It's going to help you get out of whatever mental state you're currently in. It could be a staycation. It could be a drive around the neighborhood. It could be actually going out of town. But I just want you to get out of your head, like traveling somewhere. But you have the backpack. Like Dora. Backpack, 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 backpack.
Backpack, 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 backpack.
You're growing something. You have the sunflower. The sunflower is a beautiful flower. It's actually my favorite flower. And something that I learned is when a sunflower, if two sunflowers are next to each other and they don't have access to the sun, like say there's shade, they'll actually face each other and by giving each other sunlight, metaphysically, like connected to each other. And you're asked to connect to a soul tribe and also create your own soul tribe. And also to reach out for community assistance, community service, social works, therapy, and so on. I don't know what this is. What is that? Let's see. What it looks like. Is that Gallifrey? It's for my Doctor Who fans. You don't know what Gallifrey is. Pause for the cause while I look for this. Sentinel of the Time Lords. That is from Gallifrey. Alright, so Gallifrey is the planet of the Time Lords. Time Lords is a alien species that have learned how to travel in time and space. You are able to travel in time and space through your dreams. You are a dream projector. That's also, my number just changed to an 8, infinity. That's also why you're having sleepless nights, because when you do sleep, you're not sleeping. You're busy. You're actually projecting and remote viewing and past life viewing and doing all kinds of crazy things. Out 3. Oof. Sleepless nights. Yeah. This is a shockwave. There's something that's coming that's gonna end your current situation. You're gonna get a phone call or a notification on email. Something's coming through. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be fire. Doesn't feel like bad news. For some people, it's gonna be elevate you back to status quo. Like it's not gonna be like overwhelming support, but it will be support. So I don't want you thinking like it's not a win the lottery type of energy. It's more of a, whew, okay, well that chapter's over type of energy. Remember we talked about there's something you're going through over and over and over and over and over again. I think that's why the 8 popped up, because I wanted me to remind you of that. We have the letters D, V, W, C, E, crown, as in the crown chakra. Stop trying to hide your past. Embrace it. You made mistakes. Okay, we all made mistakes. Embrace it. Because again, there's some lesson that you're missing, and you will continue to repeat until you learn that lesson. That is the overall theme in your pile 3. Z, Zed, Zaza, like Jaja Gabor. Again, live out loud. This is K9 from Doctor Who. There's a companionship energy coming through here for your pal, because first we had the sunflower, now we have K9. You might want to get a companion, like a pet, or find people that you could connect with. You might want to volunteer, because again, going back to social work, you might want to volunteer. That might be a way for you to find people that you will connect with in your wherever you live. All right, Pal 3, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. Magical Butterfly Spirit here. Thank you so much for letting me be your reader. Until next time. And also, before you go, why don't you watch this video here that I picked out just for you? Or you could watch the playlist as well. Alright, until next time.